going on, guys? Bearded Hikes here with Maddie. We're walking along this trail here, not so much in the middle of the woods like we normally would be, but instead following this bike trail, which is the Seminole Wekiva Trail. Back in the day when Markham, that old town that I keep bringing up, used to be there, this railroad line would take the goods in and out of the town. The track is today like a bike trail, basically. You could see we have a lot of people that come out here, and we're basically going to follow this down to where it ends, where it would run over the creek, because we're basically going to be looking for like a railroad bridge or some sort of remnants of tracks or something. I don't know if we'll really find anything. We're in an area that's pretty built up. We have multi-million-dollar homes around us and stuff, so I'm not going to be surprised if we don't find anything. But I do want to document the history of this place that we're walking right now. Even today, if you look down, you can still find some of these old railroad rocks just sitting on the side of the trail. There used to be probably hundreds of thousands of these sitting around. Have some more here. So it's just cool that, you know, over time they might have removed the railroad tracks and the community across the street and built all these houses, but still could find these rocks just sitting off to the side of the path, kind of like a clue of what used to be here. We're going way down there, and we will pick it back up when we get there. See you there. We're actually still on the Seminole Wekiva Trail. It's just that we've ran out of pavement. So this is a really good indication that we're headed in the right direction. As I was mentioning earlier, train line used to run through here, so you can kind of see a little better of a ditch on both sides of the road. Don't really know what we're looking for out here. Obviously we're looking for train stuff. Whether that might come in the form of, you know, maybe more of those white rocks that we found, or what's that? Check that out. Hey, this is a good find, man. This is a real stone. Look at it. You can see it has natural color to it.
It's very cool.
That's sick. Very cool find. I don't know what kind of a stone this is, but if anybody knows, feel free to comment. Might be flipping it around too much. I'll hold it still for you. Look at some of this old stuff out here. Yeah, there's all sorts of everywhere, dude. Look in the ground. This is old. This is we're definitely in an old area. All right, we're gonna keep looking. So far though, we've only walked in just a couple hundred feet. Very promising. So we're just out here walking around on this trail, the Seminole Wekiva Trail, and can't help but notice the smell of orange blossoms all around us. And looking on the ditches of where the railroad line used to be, you could see water has kind of come to settle there, and we're growing orange trees. Check this out, got some orange blossoms here. Oh man, I love the smell of orange blossoms. Oh dude, check out some of these orange blossoms, you guys. Oh man, that just reminds me of, that's gonna take you right back to your childhood.
Oh yeah.
Look at this. Wow, just hit like a little bit of like a, wow, this is really cool, man. We just hit like, I'm just walking, talking, I'm not paying any attention, and we just hit like this segment here of old rocks. So we're gonna keep heading back in the way we're going. So far, man, pretty good.
Yeah.
Like, I don't know what I was expecting to find here.
So you said they're supposed to be old.
You know, I'm not really sure. I know that the railroad would have ran over the Little Wekiva River, so there would have been a bridge or some sort of, I'm assuming now, I mean, I've never been back here, but I would assume there would have been something, maybe cement support structures, maybe where a bridge used to stand. I mean, we might get there and realize that, you know, the county was 10 steps ahead of us and decided they're going to put a rail up and we're not allowed past that, you know. So definitely am eager to see kind of what's at the end of the trail here. Still out here walking where the railroad used to be on this old grade. Have some of these rocks kind of just everywhere, remnants of what used to be here at one time. Lots of cool old stones and things out here. But just beyond where I'm standing, found like a little, kind of like a drainage area. Now, I don't really know how old this is per se, but it is interesting that it's out here. It's collapsed and most of it's falling apart. What's this? Oh, wow, check this out. This looks like an old marker.
Or is that a,
some sort of like a
it's not a
support for something.
curb stop. It's like one of those.
Not quite sure what this is. Not sure what this is, you guys, but if anybody does know, let me know. This does look like either an old support beam or maybe a marker. Now, you can really see here, as I was mentioning earlier, this grade, you would be able to have, or you would have rocks kind of down here. Now check this out. Here's another railroad tie. Look at that. There's a railroad tie just down this really steep grade. And there was some back in that little creek that we just found, the little... Oh yeah, looks like Maddie found another one. Let's go check it out. Yeah, so you could tell where they would have just ripped up this old railroad over time and just thrown it off to the side here. Got a stack of them down here, 1, 2, 3. A lot of mosquitoes too. Yeah, we're definitely hitting old Florida here. We're almost here, it looks like, where this would have ran over the creek. Cool log here that's just perfectly hollowed out. Almost looks like a...
It looks like it's almost like man-made.
Yeah, I was gonna say, it almost looks like it was done purposely. Really run to the gamut with what you're gonna find walking out in a place like this. Looks like we've reached the end, folks.
Oh no, Wekiva Trail.
Yep, Wekiva Trail end. So this is it. See if we see anything just interesting around. Hear an airboat coming by. We are on some water here. Oh, it's just a regular boat actually. So this is where the train would have come through and it would have crossed over the Little Wekiva River with all those lumber parts and sap from the pine trees to make turpentine. Even though there's nothing here at the end of the trail, I can't help but say what a cool hike to get here, and some of the stuff that we did see was just awesome. Check out this view here, walking just along the grade. We're on a pretty steep grade here. And you can just see beyond these trees, here's the Little Wekiva River. Very cool. Well, we're gonna head back, take a second look, see if we missed anything on the way here. But regardless, pretty cool to see the old railroad ties and lots of those rocks around. It was worth just the venture to kind of put yourself back 150 years ago, you know. Smelling those orange blossoms. So good. I'm hoping to do actually more of these kinds of videos where I follow some of these old hiking trails to the end, because the truth is most of these bike trails and stuff like that is where the railroad line used to be. So like in Orlando, you have the West Orange Trail. That used to be a railroad line. The whole trail was a railroad line. So now today it's a bike trail just like this. Kind of coming up through here, we were just about to leave and I noticed this railroad tie sitting here, and I just wanted to get a closer look for you guys because I wasn't able to get too close to the other ones. But this would have been a tie for the railroad that would have led in and out of Markham, transported those goods in and out. Today it's just kind of rotting away, out here, a lot of moss and stuff growing on it. It'll forever remain here until nature takes her back. But just kind of exploring out here, there's all sorts of like little things laying around. Now we're not allowed to really walk onto this property. I'm kind of right at the edge of a sign that says no trespassing, so, but I will show you guys real quick because I'm not trespassing as long as I don't pass the sign. We have another railroad tie here, and kind of what appears to be a property line. At one point or another there was some stuff standing here, and you can see that the posts, there's one here and they go down a little bit, 1, 2, 3, one's here, and here's a tie. Thought it was cool, wanted to show you guys. Back here, kind of like along this trail, there's like some sort of I don't really know what this is, but I just saw it and thought it was interesting. Looks like just a big slab of cement, a little pipe coming out of it or something. Could be old, could maybe not be old. And actually, if you look right here, right there, there's an old railroad tie sticking out right there. And we're found a railroad tie. Yeah, we're right here off this trail, and there's an old railroad tie sticking out of the ground literally by just maybe 3 or 4 inches. That's all you get to see. So it just goes to show that over time, as this area is kind of washed out. Look, there's another one right here. That is cool, man. You know, I thought we would only find the railroad ties back where we came from, but just walking back to the car here, they're all over the sides of the trail, as well as these old white rocks. So I was trying to tell Maddie earlier, you know, if we could kind of sweep away some of this erosion kind of that has collected over here, I bet you we would find, you know, all sorts of stuff that had to do with the railroad existing here, you know, including ties and railroad spikes and probably more of these white rocks. But today it's just a bunch of houses. Anyway, I hope you guys really enjoyed this episode, and join me out here for more. We're gonna be obviously coming back out to Markham. It's just, there's too much to explore to do it all in one day, and I've only been here 3 times, so hope you'll join me for the next episode. Peace.